Michael Buzzelli, the Buzz from Buzz on Parlour Song with Quantum Theatre.
Yes, Quantum Theatre, Parlour Song by Jez Butterworth. Yeah, let's talk about Quantum first for a second. I know you had Martin Giles on here who directed. What I love about Quantum is they don't do your usual theater space. This was a derelict burger joint, burger or something or other. I don't know, it doesn't matter, it's not there anymore, but it was next to Mitchell's in the waterfront over there. So there were a lot of great dining choices before the show and some great cocktail places for after. That's always a plus.
Oh, yes.
They do these non-traditional theater spaces. I think there's a lot of people that feel like they got to have the velvet curtain and the chandelier.
Well, when I'm decorating at home, but not necessarily when I go to see theater. So
exactly.
I do understand.
It's really the acting and the directing and the play itself that is why we should be going out to a good theater experience.
I agree.
And this was a good theater experience. Really good acting. Karen Knight from CMU. Sarah Silk, who I believe is local. And Brendan McMahon. It was a three-hander. There's only 3 actors on the stage. Like I said, 2 guys and a girl. It is a married couple and the next-door neighbor guy, Dale. He's the character Brendan plays is Dale, the next-door neighbor. There's a little thing with the POV. I'm not sure if it's from Dale's point of view or from the Cameron Knight's character or from Joy, who played Sarah Silk. But it's a very big character study. They're all very interesting. It takes a little bit while to get going, but once you're in there, it gets moving. No, but you know what? I do want to call out some certain things. Yes, in a burger place, but it was actually they're portraying the residents of so it's not, you're not in a burger joint. The play doesn't take place like what are you having?
Right, and it's the space. It's not like you're distracted by customers and somebody screaming fries are up.
Right, exactly. No, there's no actual food in the venue. But I do want to talk about what they did with the space. They did some really clever things, which I really liked. And what was interesting is the characters are on stage almost the whole time, but when they're not speaking or they're not in the scene, they're elsewhere in the room, and it's interesting. It's fascinating. The way Martin Giles, who you had on the show, Martin Giles, it was interesting the way he directed it. I also want to say the lighting. You don't really even notice lighting in a lot of shows. You notice the lighting in this show. It was really good. There was also a thing they did with they did like character titles, smash cards or title cards,
projected
between scenes, and they were projected on the floor and on a screen in the background.
Awesome. And I think the thing to consider too is, it's one thing to achieve effects like that in a theater, a traditional theater, but to achieve them in a space that was never built for theater, I think is really something.
Exactly. They attribute that to Scott Nelson, the lighting designer.
Very good.
Yes. Oh, and Richard Parks-Casian did costumes. The outcome for the characters is almost more brutal than what I thought would happen to them.
But it probably is one of the most exciting things happening down at the waterfront right now.
Have you been down there? It's all chain restaurants. It's the only exciting thing down.
But as you said, the great thing about that is there's plenty to do before, plenty to do afterwards. I think going to see this show would be the perfect evening out.
Right. Martin Giles did a great job. The act, Sarah Silk. Let's point out Sarah Silk for sure, because she was she made an interesting choices, like really good choices, because you don't want to like her, but you like her. So yes, thumbs, plural, thumbs up. It's a modern tale told in an English way.
Thank you, Hyacinth.
And it's very taut. Is that a good word?
T-A-U-T, T-A-U-G-H-T, T-O-T, as in tater?
Yes, as in tater. Yes, because there's a big mashup of everything. And it was delicious. I don't know how much I
understand.
I want people to go to the theater. I don't want to give away the whole ending. But
Speak in riddles.
Okay. There was a man from Nantucket.
That ain't a riddle.
I thought the ending would be darker than it was, and yet...
Well, you're sadistic. Not everyone is.
I just... Rested! Bow. Oh, sorry. I don't know how I got so distracted.
I don't know. It could be that gallon of booze in your hand. It's the most
spilling. Sorry.
You're excited. That's okay. We'll have the carpet cleaned.